pretty much agree again.
Yep. So moving on to the third fight on the fight card, we have a bantamweight matchup between Sean O'Malley, who is 12-1 and is the -300 favorite, versus Thomas Almeida, who is 22-4 and is the +240 underdog.
Yeah.
What's your predictions?
So, now I start getting into a little more detail, but, I'm just going to state the obvious. This is my thought process. I'm stating the obvious of a matchup. This is a who is the prospect still fight. So,
yes,
Almeida's 29. He was 21-0. Okay. Now he's 22-4. So 3 losses in a row. For Sean, this is a toughness check. Like, somebody just posted on Twitter, Corey Hill when he broke his leg. And when I watched Corey Hill break his leg, Corey Hill went to step back. His leg was broken like Anderson Silva. And Corey Hill pulled guard. And he was still fighting with his leg dangling. I remember watching his leg and I'm like, rest in peace, Corey Hill. I'm like, wow, this guy is tough as hell. His leg is hanging off. And he's the ref, he didn't ask the ref to stop it. He just fought. So this one, with O'Malley, when he screamed out from his foot injury, this is are you a real fighter or not, Sean? Does he really want to do this? We're going to find out, because Almeida, as much as he's been on a bad streak, is still 29 and was 21-0. So, this is the O'Malley. Is he a fighter or is he a punk? My little cousin's 23, he does some MMA, and he was loving Sean up until the fight, even though he was almost thinking he could lose the fight, just lost. And, I'm like, I don't know if this kid is for real or not. And they kept throwing him kind of bones and stuff. And, but with all that said, I still have O'Malley by a second round TKO after all that talk. And this doesn't prove that he's real to me yet either, if he beats Almeida, by the way. It just keeps him as a prospect in my book. And puts Almeida down as a lower tier and maybe, fade him out. So for Almeida, it's for both of them. It's super important, debate. But I got Sean O'Malley second round TKO. But if it went the other way and Sean really decided doesn't want to do this, I could also see that happening as well. So, but on my paper, I have O'Malley second round TKO. Not that exciting to me though.
Yep. I got Sean O'Malley. He's fighting out MMA Lab. Then you got Almeida, who's fighting out Shootbox Diego Lima. That's pretty good fight camp. But O'Malley is a spectacular striker with a lot of potential for great performances, and it's coming off an unfortunate injury versus Cheetah Veras. That leg check that just hurt his leg. It was the second time that happened to him. So who knows if that was a fluke or not, that happened, or if because people were saying that they think that he never let that injury heal and then he just kept fighting. So now that he had that time off, let's see how he does. He needs to get his game plan going early. He flows between stances very well, throws serious heavy round and spin kicks from either side, and then his feinting and pulling's pretty well. He's always looking to time his heavy right hand, and I feel like he's going to try and get this fight done early. Yes. That way he could get that confidence back, or that swag per se. Whereas Almeida is a Muay Thai black belt. He's dangerous when he can put together beautiful and dangerous combinations, and he's going to want to target the legs, body, and head in one fell swoop. He's going to try and hit those combinations. He has lost 4 of his last 5 fights, mainly due to really slow starts. He gets started slow, and then he picks up the pace later on. But he's not going to be able to do that now.
Not against Sean.
No, he's going to have to get going early. He's going to want to use his legs, and for the most part, he's going to want to do those leg kicks early, and then primarily towards that previous injury that Sean O'Malley had. He's going to want to test that, see how
check the leg kicks.
Check the leg kicks, and then see how his mindset hits. See if he's kind of laboring that leg, or seeing if he's trying to hide the leg because he's afraid to see what's going to happen when he gets hit. I still see Sean coming out barnstorming and then confused in Almeida. He's going to showcase so much to him that he's not going to like process it. Like he's going to go up high, up low, leg kicks, striking, because he's unpredictable. Like he does some crazy shit in that octagon that like just has you mind blown, because he's very unorthodox about it. And I feel like Sean O'Malley is going to come in and win by first round knockout. I feel like he's going to come in, come out unscathed, and he's going to be like, okay, I'm good now. In the Cheetah Veras fight, he took a step back. This fight's going to put him back to where he was before that fight. And then in that spot near like the top 10, probably around 11, 12, 13. And then he's going to get that fight like he had with Cheetah Veras, where he can go into that top 10 afterwards. And then maybe had that same luck where Veras fought Jose Aldo, but lost. This is going to but he's going to need to get by this first. And I do think that he's going to win by first round knockout.
Yeah. I mean, again, it doesn't check his manhood like Cheeto Vera did. So, like, again, he'll get back to maybe top 10-ish, but I like to see his manhood checked again. But Cheeto Vera supposedly fought like 2,000 times in the street. That dude's a street dude. And he lost. He said I lost a lot of those fights. Like Vera, like he's just a street dude. And I feel like Sean got his manhood checked that night with those leg kicks being checked. So this doesn't put him back in that league with me. And let's get back to the full card debate. Again, we don't even have a top 10 guys fighting as the third fight on the pay-per-view. I guess I get it, Sean O'Malley. I get it. People love Sean O'Malley. My cousin, big Sean O'Malley guy. But like, again, this is the third fight on a pay-per-view card. Like, not even a top 10 guys. I mean, I'll stop. But
That's what happens when you have a championship fight getting pulled and all the fights got to get moved up. I'm okay with it as like the second fight on the card. Like you have the opening fight and then you have this one, because usually you have a decent first fight and then you put like maybe like the weak fight in that second spot. But with everything getting moved up, that's what happened.
Yep. I'm still gonna be crying about it though, and being annoyed. Just so you know.
Which is understandable. I am too. Like I was really looking forward to that Ortega Volkanovski fight. But to move on to the co-main